Hi, this is Dave Mast for HolmesCountyTicket.com. Welcome to Ticket TV, driven by Village Motors. We are joined in studio today by the Hiland Hawks soccer coach, Scott Bodikker. Scott, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Dave. Glad to be here.
All right, well, Scott, you guys find yourself in somewhat unfamiliar territory here in regionals. But I kid. 9 straight district titles for you guys. Mm-hmm. You've been there, I think, 13 out of the 15 years that you've coached or something like that. I mean, it's been pretty consistently getting to that regional level. What has been the story of success for you guys?
Well, that's a good question. I think our success has been down, obviously, to hardworking players, supportive parents, and supportive administration, support staff, having a lot of continuity at coaches, whether it's having me as the same head coach for a while, as well as we've had a few different assistant coaches, but they've all been former players who have been part of the program, kind of understand, I think, what it takes to be successful. And then you always need a little good fortune along the way, to have a string like that go along. We've had a couple of years where maybe we were a little fortunate to squeak out one we shouldn't have, but I think that's the biggest thing, just hard work and having continuity.
9 straight district titles. What does that mean to your program in terms of just having that kind of success, in terms of generating excitement for the program?
Well, I think it is important. In Holmes County, I think especially, not a lot of kids, maybe when they're small, dream about playing soccer at Hiland as their number one priority. So for us to be successful, I think, is a big thing that drives the interest, with younger kids. And we have a lot of kids that see that success and eventually kind of become excited about soccer at a much older age, whereas they're focused on other stuff when they're younger. So, success is important, and obviously it builds enthusiasm, and it gives the JV kids always something as they're coming up through to say, hey, I don't want to be the group that maybe blows that streak.
And once again, defensively, we've seen you guys just really step up this year. That's kind of been a trademark of Scott Bodikker's teams throughout the years. 3 straight shutouts now in the tournament. I mean, I know that you as a coach love that. Every coach loves to put a 0 up on their opponent's side of the scoreboard. Talk a little bit about your defense and just what that's meant to this team this year.
Well, this year we expected to be strong defensively, returning 2, what we felt were 2 strong keepers, and returning basically, 4 guys who played a lot on defense last year, 3 starters and 1 guy who was a solid part of the rotation. So we expected that to be a strength, and really it has been all year, with the exception of maybe really only 1 kind of bad game all season. That group's been really strong. We've got 8 shutouts, I think, on the season, and could have a few more if we didn't have a few just kind of had a few bad bounces go our way in a couple of games, but that group really hasn't made many mistakes and has just been solid from start to finish.
Now, you guys will take on our Wheelersburg team that I think you're a little bit familiar with in terms of playing them in the tournaments before. They always bring a good record. Do you know much about them?
Well, we had a chance to watch them play a little bit the other day. I'd say a fairly typical team for them, although they're a little younger than they have been some years, but some talented individuals, play really hard, or really, really scrappy. I think the thing that we'll be able to do, I hope, is that they have some talented individuals who are used to getting by on that individual skill, and I think they may play some teams that don't defend quite as well as a group. But I think our team defense will hopefully be able to carry us through, and just aren't going to get beat by good individual play. They don't necessarily play great together as a team.
All right, the other side of the brackets, you've got Worthington Christian versus Columbus Academy. Pick one.
Well, I know a little torn about that one. I personally think that Worthington will probably win that game, partly just because of the experience they have in the regionals, and also partly because Columbus Academy beat them this year during the regular season 2-0. And so I think there's an extra motivation there for Worthington. I talked to the guys a little bit about it at practice today, and obviously we're not looking ahead, but who do they want to play? And they're torn. On one hand, they want a shot at Worthington. On the other hand, we played Columbus Academy also during the year and lost 1-0 and really felt like we were in that game. So the guys, I don't know if they believe that we can beat Worthington because we've been close so many times and haven't gotten it done.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that they believe they can beat Columbus Academy.
Yeah. It sure would be nice, though, to face Worthington and finally get over that hump.
Well, yeah, and that's that's the flip side of that, of course, is I think you always want a shot at them. They've been the champs numerous times, and if you're going to win, you want to take down Goliath. I think.
Absolutely. All right, Coach. Well, best of luck to you guys as we move along here, and hopefully we'll see several more games from the Hawks this year.
Well, thanks very much.
All right. For HolmesCountyTicket.com, I'm Dave Mast. Thanks for joining us.